Minecraft Manhunt, the most famous Minecraft series ever. Many have claimed it to be either scripted or faked, but Dream has denied all of these claims. So I took the responsibility and watched all of Dream's manhunts and did a frame-by-frame analysis on all of them. Attached in the description below is a link to a document which contains all of my notes, along with timestamps and video names. Now before anyone comments due to my end conclusion that I'm either a stan or a hater, I need to clarify that I'm making a fair, unbiased judgment. And lastly, many of the stronger evidence is near the end. I've organized all the evidence in order of manhunts, and there are timestamps you can use to skip around and jump to which video's evidence you want to watch. Enjoy. This is the first suspicious point in which I have found about the manhunt. In my notes, it is known as number 1, and it is from the video Minecraft Speedrunner vs 2 Hunters. You can see here, George kills Sapnap, just as it seems all over for Dream, giving Dream 7 pearls. This is never again seen in any other manhunt, and this kill happens to be the only reason Dream won this manhunt, which begs the question, why did George kill Sapnap in this specific manhunt, and not in any other? This is number 2 on my notes, and it is from the video Minecraft Speedrunner vs 3 Hunters. The most notable point about this video is that Dream managed to sneak up on the hunters on 3 separate occasions, despite them having a compass pointing to him at all times. This makes it seem as if they didn't have one at all. Now take a look at this. You can hear that Bad is specifically searching for Dream, and you can see that he was holding his compass before and has switched to his sword to kill the cows. Now it makes me wonder, if he was holding his compass before, he should have seen Dream coming closer to him, which begs the question, why didn't he say anything? Now the next point is in the 24-minute 31-second mark. As you see here, Dream gave enough time for the hunters to collect full iron again after Sapnap was the only one who had armor left after this fight. You see this, all the other hunters had been killed and only Sapnap had armor left. Yet Dream had gave the hunters enough time to collect full iron armor for all of them yet again, to then again fight against them. Now the next point is at 28 minutes 34 seconds in. You'll see that Dream doesn't burn any of the stuff, giving a way for the hunter to yet get it again. See, the stuff is here. Dream could have easily sorted through his inventory and threw the stuff in the land and burnt it. Yet despite that, Dream just chose not to burn any of the stuff here, giving the hunters a very easy way to come back, get their stuff, and continue chasing him. This is number 3 of my notes, and it is from Minecraft Speedrunner vs 3 Hunters rematch. Here we see that Dream, yet again, managed to sneak up on George Not Found. Despite George having a compass which should be pointing to Dream at all times. This makes me question whether or not they actually have a compass, because George here acts like he doesn't have a compass telling him that Dream was about to approach him, and runs like he's actually scared, but he should know the position of Dream at all times. Now next point is at 32:55. Here we see Sapnap mention a line which has been on my mind for all of the manhunts. Just listen. Did you hear that? He said, "We can't hit him though." Now you would assume here that he's just saying he can't reach him, but seeing how close they were before Dream entered the water, and seeing how many times Dream had messed up in the water, and the fact that Dream stopped to eat, it begs the question, why didn't he just hit him once? Which has given me the assumption that the hunters, they have a client which tell him how much health Dream is on. So here Sapnap knows that Dream is really low and he can see this, so he tells the other hunters, we can't hit him though. But that's just a theory so far, and it is not proven at any point throughout any of the manhunts. But it is a consistency throughout some of them. Now the next point is at 42, 32. Here we see George not found repeating the same line again. This line, which I have no reason to believe should have been repeated. Just listen here. Okay, see how George not found mentions for strength 2 it does plus 6 damage, yes? Now just wait. Here we see a cut. We see a cut there, and then we see George not found mentioning the exact same line again. Exactly, and now look in the chest. Dream happens to find exactly what he needs, the last ender pearl that he needs. This is very suspicious, and it is a very, very great time cut, giving him a pearl. I don't know about that, but that seems pretty sus to me. Now skip to 4:30. Here we see Dream announce to the hunters that he found the second stronghold. Despite being very excited, I don't get the reason on why Dream would do this if he was actually doing this legitimately. This not only gives the hunter a realization that they need to leave right now, but also gives them the notice that, oh yes, he is at the second stronghold. He could have waited till he got into the end and then mentioned, oh yeah, I was at the second stronghold. But I don't see why he mentioned it here, and then also gave the hunters 1 minute of extra time, as he took almost a whole minute and more just to enter the end. Which begs the question, why did he wait? Because a minute in Minecraft is a lot of blocks, and a minute could be the difference between the hunters catching up to him before the end of the video, or This is number 4 in my notes, and it is from Minecraft Speedrunner vs 3 Hunters finale. Yet again, Dream managed to sneak up on the hunters, despite the hunters having a compass pointing to him. It makes me question whether or not the compass is broken at this point. See, look here. He manages to sneak up on Bad Boy Halo and Sapnap while they have a compass. The compass should be telling them that Dream is this way, yet they seem to be heading this way, which really makes me question if the compass is broken or if this is all fake. Now jump to 21:26 is the next suspicious point. Here we see a cut in which Dream's shield magically repairs. Look at that, look at his shield now. It is almost broken and he is on half a heart. Yes? Now look at that. Just a few seconds later, we see a cut. So he is on half a heart. He mines a block. There's lava here, which could very much easily kill him if he's lit on fire. And then suddenly, there's a cut. And now his shield is fully repaired. And if we jump to 16:21, we can see his inventory, in which we'll see that Dream only had 6 iron ingots. Yes, no extra shield. Remember this is very important. Dream has 6 iron ingots, no extra shield. Now we jump to 24:44, and we'll see that Dream here has an extra shield, 6 iron ingots, and a fully repaired, and almost half repaired shield. This makes me question what happened, because he couldn't have crafted another shield. His iron ingots are still at 6, and he doesn't seem to be showing any loss of wood here. If we go to 16:21, we'll see that he had 24 wood, and doesn't seem like he lost any wood here, which makes me question what did he make a shield out of. Now the next point is 37:39. Here we see that the hunters managed to get fully enchanted armor, despite having died to Dream almost 3 minutes ago in the video. Now this makes me question that whether or not Dream had prolonged the manhunt just so the hunters could get fully enchanted armor. Because note at this point, before in the video, the hunters didn't have enchanted armor. Their armor was just normal iron armor, just like Dream's, and they had all died. Which makes me question, how did they get full enchanted armor in a matter of 3 minutes in the video? Which makes me believe that Dream did prolong the video just so the hunters could get fully enchanted armor to catch up to him again and make it more intense so he can play off this end crystal play. Now the next point backs up my other claim even further. Dream here, the hunters catch up to him, and you can see almost all of them have full iron armor yet again. Only Jawshot Found doesn't have a helmet. This makes me question, did Dream yet again stole it for long enough just so the hunters could catch up to him and make it more intense? Because if you take a look at the timing, there's only about a 5 to 3 minute gap in between when they died to now. And during this time we can see Dream was collecting Endermen, so that could be explained by that Dream took a really long time to collect Endermen. But I feel like that's a really half-assed explanation, and it still needs to be pointed out here because this backs up my other point from before. This is number 5 on my notes, and it is Minecraft Speedrunner vs 3 Hunters final rematch. Here we see there's a very clear hole in which Sapnap could have hit Dream. We see that there is a 1 block hole in which he could have hit Dream, and that hole is still there till Dream places this block. There was a 2-second delay between when he first built up to now. Sapnap could have at least hit him twice, which could have possibly killed him. But then many say, oh yeah, because he didn't have a pick or something. Okay, like seriously, there was a 1 block gap in which he could have hit him through. Many Minecraft UHC traps just have 1 block in which you hit them, so I don't see why Sapnap couldn't have hit him here. Now jumping into 30 minutes, I want to clarify something. Many people say this part is scripted. Looking at this is not scripted. This is a plain hills biome, which horses spawn on a lot, and this clutch here is very much doable for someone like Dream, who has shown off his skill in MCC, which makes me believe, yes, this is legit, and yes, he could have pulled this off. Now going to 33 minutes and 11 seconds, we see further evidence which backs up my claim. Dream here is on 1 heart, yes, Bad, if he jumps here and hits Dream, Dream is dead. Yet Bad just stands still for some reason. He just stands still. I don't know why, but he just stands still, which backs up further evidence saying that the hunters have a client, which show how much health Dream is on. Now we jump to the next part at 14:17. I just want to ask, is this even possible? So we see a minecart which spawns right next to the end portal. And look here, we don't see any holes here in the roof, nor do we see a rail track here. So I just want to know how this minecart's here. Yeah, I'm not saying this part's scripted, I'm just really surprised. Now, 410. Here's the next part. How the hell did the hunters get full armor again? Like, they had just died not a few minutes ago in the video, yet did they manage to get full armor? See here, they died in a lake fight just a few minutes ago, all of them, yet they managed to get full armor in just a few minutes, which makes me question how is this possible unless Dream delayed it so that the hunters could get more armor. 6 on my notes, and it is Minecraft Speedrunner vs 3 Hunters Grand Finale. Here I just want to clarify that this play is not scripted. The one in which he placed boats across lava and ran across, this is not scripted. It's called planning. It's a thing where you have a list of stuff that you want to do in a video, and you pick the stuff that you best fits the situation. In this case, the boat best fit the situation, which is what Dream did. Now jumping over to 22:53, here we see a very, very suspicious cut. Just watch this. Take a very, very clear reminder of his XP right now. Look at it. Did you see that? Here, you probably didn't catch that. We'll go back again. Look at his XP right now. Look at it right now. And just give it a sec. Now look at, there's a cut. Now look at his XP again. Did you see that? It went down. Now a player cannot lose XP unless one of 2 things happen. They die, or they enchant something. Now Dream here has no enchants, so the second option is completely out of the case. But if Dream was to die, wouldn't the video end? leading me to believe that Dream had died here and was respawned. Now 29-26. Here we see a very yet another example of the hunters not knowing how to use their compass. See, he goes down and then he teleports away. The hunter's compass should have just immediately pointed towards wherever Dream was, instead of just spinning in a circle, which is what happens when you're on top of someone. Yet they keep digging for like a whole minute. We can hear Sapnap here is very confused. Yet Bad and George seem dead set that Dream is there, and they don't seem to know how to use their compass. Whatever then. 36 minutes and 3 seconds in, we see a very common misconception for how Dream had scripted the TNT play, the one in which he predicted that the TNT, that they will go to the end and set up a trap for Dream. That is false. Here we can see Sapnap made the achievement, the end, and then so did Bad Boy Halo and George Not Found. Now this probably caused a spark in Dream's mind to think that, oh yeah, they are setting a trap for me, so I should be prepared. And when he does get here, yes, he is very much prepared. He drinks a fire resistance and he places the TNT, eliminating all possibilities of traps. The TNT will eliminate any place down traps, and the fire resistance eliminates lava traps, pretty much making him guaranteed that he will survive any trap that the hunters have made in the end, which is why this part isn't scripted and is actually just a very smart play. This is number 7 in my notes and is from the video Minecraft Speedrunner vs 4 Hunters. Here I just want you to listen to how Sapnap realizes that the compass is spinning in a circle, so he knows that Dream is either up or down below him. This shows that the hunters clearly do know how the compass works, yet still dug for Dream in number 6. And then, yeah, when the compass should have obviously been pointing towards this way, they still dug for Dream when the compass wasn't spinning around in a circle. I just had to point that out. 14-15. Here we see Dream very obviously baiting the hunters. He even tells them to come and get him. Something Dream never does in any normal manhunt is tell the hunters to come and get him. This is a very obvious trap, yet the hunters still go towards him. I just don't understand why. 22-40 is the next suspicious point. Here we see Dream fishing up a strider. This is a very great play. It has gone into a lot of highlights. Yet what I don't get is why the hunters just watched. They were right behind Dream. Yeah, they were right behind Dream on the bridge. Yet when he fished, they just watched him and be like, what is he doing? And they just sat there. Here, if we look at this frame, we just see them all crouched there. Had like 2 of them jump down, hit the strider even twice. 2 hits and this strider would have been dead. It has 10 hearts. A crit from an axe would do 10. It would do like 6 hearts on a strider, and then you just hit him again with a sword or anything and it would die. Which I don't get why they didn't jump down and just kill the strider. It's not kill Dream and survive. It's kill Dream, you can die as many times as you want, so I don't get why they didn't kill him here. 36-56 is the next point. Here we see Dream fighting with George and Sapnap. Here we see Sapnap lands an axe crit on Dream. Right here. Dream is building up, right? Sapnap lands an axe crit, leaving Dream on 1 heart. George realizes Dream is low, so he starts to build up. Yet when Dream places water, George just watches. He just watches and he doesn't keep building up. I don't understand why. And then he just proceeds to back off, which just confuses me completely. Now 40-59 is the next point. Here we see Bad Boy Halo place an ender crystal right next to Dream. This is a 1 block distance with no blocks in between, but he runs off. Had he blown this ender crystal up, Dream would have easily died. Even with 10 hearts and full diamond armor, he would have died from an ender crystal this close. Hell, even Netherite with full prot 4 might die from an ender crystal this close, which I don't get why Bad Boy Halo didn't blow this up. Now, 44, 42 is the next point I wanted to clear up. Many people say this is fake because Bad Boy Halo here is hitting Dream with a pickaxe. This is not fake, but you can see Bad Boy Halo carrying a pickaxe around and holding a pickaxe throughout many scenes right before this, showing that Bad Boy Halo did only have a pickaxe as a weapon. I just want to clear that up. This is number 8 in my notes, and it's from the video Minecraft Speedrunner vs 4 Hunters rematch. I wrote here at 146, okay, I'm starting to notice a pattern here. At the start of each manhunt, Dream always gets either really good luck or shows off an insane play. I probably wrote this due to the fact that he got a notch apple and he got another one in the next temple. So I wrote, this is next to impossible to do consistently without refilming. So here's my theory. What if Dream either has a set seed, as we never see him load into a seed, and he's planned each and every play ahead of time? I don't know. That's what I wrote in my notes. That's probably what I thought at the same time. And here I just had to point out, Lamal, stone crafting table, stone crafting table. Okay, 1826 is in the next point. I wrote, very inconsistent throughout the manhunts. Like last manhunt, I pointed out in my notes, I pointed out that they clearly understood how to use a compass, yeah? Sapnap knew that Dream was either above them or below them, which showed that he clearly has an understanding of the compass, so did Bad. Yet in this manhunt, Dream is right next to them and they head towards the wrong way. They have a compass which is pointing, see how Bad Boy Halo just walks away? They have a compass pointing right to Dream. How could you miss him? Like seriously, you're right next to him, your compass is pointing this way, you just have to dig this way and you would have seen him. This is just so inconsistent throughout all the manhunts. I just don't get it. Here at 1948, we see that Sapnap makes a mistake. He blows up a bed and he kills himself. I feel like this is such a rookie mistake for Sapnap that it shouldn't happen. All you have to do is place a bed and a block next to it and then it wouldn't kill you. This is such a rookie mistake for Sapnap that I just don't get why he made it. He shouldn't have made a mistake like this. This is just such a rookie mistake. My next point is at 2826. Listen to what Bad says here. Hear how Bad is really cautious about going to Nether, thinking that Dream has made a trap for them. Here at 3344, he goes against completely what he just said. He just walks into Nether. This is much more suspicious than what was before. In the Nether before, it was going back into the same portal, which means it would have been in the exact same place it was before. Yet here this is, Dream has had almost, I think like 20 minutes in game time to set up something. Yet he's not suspicious at all of this and just walks straight in. And the fact that it's in the Nether roof makes it even more suspicious, right? It makes you think, what could he possibly do here, right? This is why you should be cautious about it, because it's Dream. He's obviously going to make some 10,000 IQ play. It should have been such an obvious trap. Yet Bad Boy Halo, despite being cautious before, falls for it again. I don't know, I just had to point that out. Now 38 minutes in is my next point. Here we see that they just started to kill each other. They realized, okay, we can't get out, we have to kill each other, right? 38 minutes in. Here we look in chat and we see Dream makes the achievement, yes, and the hunters, they started to kill each other a bit earlier than this, where they just started to murder each other. Yeah, George not found, killed himself, exactly, whatever, blah blah blah. Right, but then we jump to 39:25. Here we see the hunters back in full iron armor. This is next to impossible time. They had just died, now they're back in full iron armor. This is wow. If they actually mine this legitimately, they're like the best miners in the world. Which is what makes me think that Dream stalled here so they could get full iron armor yet again. Now here, 43:36. Here we see that, I just need to point this out. This is very ridiculous how they didn't find him. half of him is exposed, yeah? Had any of the hunters been on any of this half, they would have easily seen Dream. And the fact that the 4 guys circling didn't see that these blocks got placed is even more ridiculous. It's just ridiculous how they didn't find him. Like, see how obvious this is. Had any of the hunters been on any of these sides, this side, this angle, that angle, that angle, that angle, it's like more than half. There's like 50% with 4 people, and yet they still didn't find him. This is just ridiculously lucky, and I had to point this out. This is number 9 in my notes, and it is from the video Minecraft Speedrunner vs 4 Hunters Finale. Here at 10:45, I'm very confused on why the hunters didn't jump down after him and break the boat. In a video just before this, Dream had showed off this exact play and taught the hunters how to counter this. Had George, Sapnap or Bad jumped down, broke the boat, would have been game over for Dream, yet none of them even risked it. They don't have to survive, they can die as many times as they need to, but Dream only has 1 life, yet none of them jumped after Dream to even just try to kill him. This is what I don't get and why it doesn't make sense here. At 15:09 is my next point. Here we see Dream go into a cave, a mine shaft. Not encountering any mobs along the way is already suspicious enough. But when he goes into this part here, that part is where cave spiders usually spawn. Yet not a single cave spider spawns. You can hear George and Sapnap complaining about there's so many mobs, yet next to Dream there's not a single mob. This is unreal luck, and this luck is repeated in the next manhunt after this as well. Just watch. See how he goes into a cave spider spawner. This is where cave spider spawners are. There's 2 of them as well. There's a gap there separating that one and this one, which means there's 2 cave spider spawners. Yet there's 0 cave spiders. This is unreal luck. Seeing how long Dream has been in here, there should have at least been 1 cave spider which spawned. Now my next point is at 28:23. Here we see Dream just making invis, right? We see him making invis and not strength. He didn't make strength, he made invis. This is very confusing to me, as strength in a manhunt would sound much more versatile and useful than invis is, right? Invis, you still have particles and you can't have armor on, all that stuff. Strength just sounds so much more useful. Yet Dream in this manhunt specifically, in every other manhunt before, he made strength first. In this manhunt he makes only invis here, and later on this invis comes in very handy, in which he needs to sneak out of the nether. And in the full VOD here we see a cut right before this. We see a cut before this in which in the screen it says that George went to get food, and that's why there's a cut. Now to me that sounds very suspicious and sounds like the Dream Team is discussing about this and how it should be planned out. I don't know, that's just me, I might be overthinking it. Now, what's even more confusing and backs up my point even further is how Dream continues to run back to the portal here. He has more than enough obsidian, right? He has 40 obsidian. He's literally building with obsidian. He has more than enough obsidian to make a second portal and head back to the overworld. We saw him do this in the manhunt just before this, where he made a nether portal in the nether roof and headed back to the overworld. So I don't see why he didn't make another portal. He's clearly heading back to a trap. It's so obvious that he's heading back to a trap, and he still continues on. Now my next point at 29:53 just even further backs up that point. Here we see that the hunters getting the diamond achievement, the cover me with diamonds achievement, yet we see them mentioning how they get enchantments and full diamond, yet Dream's still heading back towards the nether portal when he could just make a nether portal himself and just leave. I don't get it here. 33:51, okay. Here we see Dream pre-potting. Okay, pre-potting can be sort of explained, right? It can be explained as him being cautious because he knew about the trap or something. I don't know. He saw them getting full diamond. He might be pre-potting to be cautious. But seriously, you see a huge box and full diamond, but why don't you just run away, right? You can just run away, make another portal, and just, you know, leave. I don't know, man. I don't know if there's rules against this, but clearly in the last manhunt, he made another portal in the nether roof, and just... Okay, man, like, look, I don't get it. Now, 32 minutes in, here is another confusing part. This is about the exact same thing as just what happened before. Dream here, having escaped from the nether using his invis, he informs the hunter. He informs the hunters that he can quote unquote see them, giving them a hint to check their compasses. This is such a bad play. You could have just left, gone to the end fortress and just been like, okay, yeah, now I got the achievement. Now they know I'm out of the end, the nether. Yet he informs them that, oh yeah, hey guys, go check your compasses, you know? I don't get why he does this. This is clearly just I don't know, man. 37:25. Here we see that Dream is collecting iron for his minecart play. My question here is, why did none of the hunters put any pressure onto him? In the full VOD, this is even more insane. They left him alone for 30 whole minutes. Yeah, 30 whole minutes, right? I get he's good at PvP and you're setting up some sort of trap, but you could at least like have 2 people putting pressure on him. You have full diamond with possibly prot 2 or prot 1 versus a guy with no enchants and full iron. This is such an even some pressure on him would have made this impossible for Dream to win, yet they put no pressure on him. 38:09. Here's the next point. Here we see that someone finally decides to go after a Dream. Just as Dream finishes. Like right as Dream finishes his trap, someone decides, oh hey, now we go after. This is unreal timing, and George, had he gone like, I don't know, 2 minutes, 3 minutes earlier, it would have been game over for Dream. Yet he goes just as Dream finishes the trap, which is just great timing. This is number 10 on my notes, and it's from the video Minecraft Speedrunner vs 4 Hunters Final Rematch. This is the last manhunt I analyze, and there is more proof that I do analyze, but they are not manhunts. Here at 4:52, we see Dream on 1 heart. He goes into a mine shaft, and despite being there for more than 5 minutes, right, in video time alone, that could have been so much longer in actual game time. There's not a single mob, in the whole cave. But then here at 4:52, we see just as the hunters come in, there's one measly spider there. Throughout the whole entire cave, during the whole time, there was not a single zombie, not a single skeleton, not a single creeper. That is insane luck, and is what allows him to survive on almost 1 heart. It's basically 1 heart. That's what allows him to survive. This luck is ridiculous and basically impossible. And here also at 4:52, we see all the hunters turning to run. This is just absolutely ridiculous. In 1.16, a stone axe is so OP, and 2 hits is all it takes to kill Dream on full health, right? On full health. Had he had full health, it would have only taken 2 hits. Even with that iron armor, it would have only taken 2 hits from a stone axe to have killed him. Yet all 4 hunters just run. What makes this even more ridiculous is George had only realized Dream had iron armor. So before, when they ran, they only saw that he had shield. He had a shield, and they all ran. This is just ridiculous on why they ran. Like, there's 4 of you guys here. Had just all 3 of you jumped him. One disables his shield, another person lands a hit, and the other person lands a hit. Dream would have been dead, for sure. There's just no way he would have survived that. Yet they all ran. It's just ridiculous. At 5:10, I just want to clear this up here, right? This is where we hear George asks, "Does he have stuff?" Right? That's what I said when I said that they didn't realize he had. Fine. See, this is the only time he realizes he has iron. So before they thought he was naked with just a shield and all three of them ran. That's just ridiculous. I don't get why. Here at 8:27, we see a cut. We see Dream. He is one axe crit away from dead, right? He's on 3.5 hearts. Oh no, that ad's gonna kill me. We see him on 3.5 hearts, and I'm just gonna let it play. We see Dream on 3.5 hearts, yet he takes a cut. We see that we see a cut right there, and then we see Dream now has 2 chickens. Why would you cut there? Like, this is a really intense moment. Someone's right behind you. You're one axe crit from dying, and then you do a cut. Like, you're obviously gonna get criticized for this. I don't get why he cut here. Just makes no sense. At 9:07, I just wanted to clear this up. Right, this is not scripted. The amount of arrows they got here, no, it's not. It's not from creative mode. If you trade with a Fletcher, it's very easy to get tons and tons of arrows. 21:56. This is just a ridiculously lucky part. This jump onto this Strider, absolutely ridiculous. Just watch this. Right, he builds out, pause here. Can you tell any difference between these two Striders? Is there any difference? If you look at it closely right now, is there any difference between these two Striders? No. Dream jumps onto this Strider. He jumps onto this Strider and lands on it, and it has a saddle. But if you look at his inventory just 1 second ago, he has no saddle, right? So had this Strider not had a saddle, had it not had a saddle, he would have instantly died. And I just don't get why he took this, unless of course this was already put here and just left here. I don't know, man. I just had to point this out as it affects my decision in the end, so I need to point this out. Now, what I wanted to point out is another ridiculous situation. Dream is on half a heart, and throughout this whole entire nether fortress, we don't see a single wither skeleton ever. Not a single wither skeleton. That nether fortress is so empty. It's got less people than the amount of friends I have. That's ridiculous. Like, seriously, there's not a single mob here. And Dream manages to survive on half a heart. Oh man, I don't know. 33:48. Here we see Sapnap just kill Dream's horse, right? I don't even want to get to this horse fight. This whole horse fight is just ridiculous. But then here we just see Sapnap's horse die, right? Dream kills Sapnap's horse. He runs onto his own horse and runs away. But Sapnap here kills Dream's horse, right? I'm not gonna comment on how if he had hit Dream, Dream would have died. But he kills Dream's horse, and then he runs away. He runs away. One hit on Dream and Dream would have died, but he runs away. This just makes no sense. Right, now next point is in the same sequence. 4:48. Dream just killed Sapnap. Right? Dream here just kills Sapnap, and just as he's about to get close to the stuff, all the other hunters jump out. But now if you watch the timing on this, this timing is very interesting. There's a cut there, and the sun has seemed to have gone down for a few minutes yet, and then the hunters just enter. What I think happened here is Dream cut and waited for the hunters to come in, creating this intense situation where just as Dream's about to loot the stuff, the hunters, they jump in and they stop him. This is probably just for viewer attention, I guess. Yeah. At 42:07, I just needed to point this out. I really just needed to point this out. Like, this isn't a point. I just need to point this out. Sapnap, god damn it! Had you just hit Dream, Dream would have died. Like, seriously. And also, my last point on this whole entire thing is on this Manhunt specifically, Minecraft Manhunt. This is final rematch. My final question about this one is, why didn't Dream post a full VOD for this one? There's so many cuts and suspicious points in this one that could have been easily answered had Dream posted a full VOD, yet Dream didn't, which is why I'm confused. But yeah. This is number 11 in my notes, and it's from the video Dream's Minecraft Manhunt is staged. Proof. This is the only response from Dream I found on YouTube that relates to any of my points above. And yes, a server rollback could very well explain the XP bar going down, and does seem to make sense. Here are some things I noticed throughout all the manhunts that are very consistent. 1. Too many convenient times when the hunters back off when Dream is low, and Dream is being confident and charging at them does not explain this. Dream almost never charges at the hunters when he's on full health, and only charges when he is low. The hunters should have already realized this, leading me to believe that Dream is either screen sharing with the hunters, or they have a client to inform them of Dream's health. 2. Notice some more unusual patterns. It's always George and Sapnap which fight Dream and who he pulls off his 10,000 IQ 1.5 heart clutches on, and it's always Bad who manages to kill Dream, and Bad is known for not wanting to fake stuff. I don't know, do what you want with that info. Extended time. For no reason whatsoever, seems as if the hunters or Dream always take longer than needed. This can be seen in how they give Dream time to set up plays, or how Dream, instead of winning, gives the hunters enough time to get full iron or get stacked enough to make it more intense. Intense start, where Dream pulls off an amazing play to get away, followed by a grace period with little to no pressure. Dream collects stuff in this time. Dream then pulls another good play to get away, followed by another grace period, most like in the Nether, which is then followed by a second intense fight where Dream pulls off yet another amazing play. This is then followed by a grace period where the hunters manage to get their stuff back due to Dream either being stuck or collecting more stuff. Third encounter where Dream loses the hunters and runs away while close to dying. Fourth encounter always near the end and will result in Dream either running away and making a plan or dying. Then there's an intense end fight where his fate is determined. Now does this sound like every manhunt ever? Well, to me it does, because that's what I've realized as a pattern throughout every single manhunt. So in conclusion, what does this mean for Dream? Well, having compiled hours and hours of proof and watching over the manhunts many times, speaking to many professionals in the game of Minecraft, I've come to the conclusion that yes, Dream does script his manhunts. Now before you click off, listen to my reasoning. What I believe happens is Dream scripts all his plays, like the boat clutches, the ice boots, the strider, all that stuff is scripted. Yes, that stuff is planned ahead of time so the hunters know what's going to happen, but the stuff in between that, the chases, all that stuff, that's genuine. Sometimes though, what I believe in the latest 2 manhunts is due to stress and due to having to release the manhunts on a monthly basis, Dream has been rushed and as a result has seemed to limit mob spawns. So basically in the other manhunts you saw no mobs, and in the other one before you saw no mobs in the cave as well. What I believe happened here is due to stress and due to having to release on a schedule, Dream has limited mob spawns so that there's a less chance of him dying and the video goes on for longer. Now another reason on why it's scripted is how Dream and the hunters all constantly stall for time, so either Dream can set up a trap or the hunters can get full iron again. This is done as a way to make it more intense and more interesting, and is why I believe yes, this is scripted. Now, does this mean it takes away from any enjoyment? No, the manhunts are still very much enjoyable, and even if some of the plays are scripted, just pulling them off is still quite cool. So yes, Dream's manhunts are still just as enjoyable, even if they are scripted.